So, in our previous module, we have discussed the basics of the software engineering. Or now, we will see the software development procedure in detail. I have also discussed the SDLC software development lifecycle model, and but that was not so detailed. So I will discuss those parts in this today's tutorial in detail. We will focus, our focus will be totally on the SDLC diagram. On the basis of diagram, we will discuss the entire thing which is needed or suitable for the software development process. For the effective project management, we should be aware with the software development procedure very well. We have seen the documentation parts in a different slide. So we will see the how software development process is associated with the project management processes. So the software development process is, we can see, is an iterative process, which means that as we can see, the different software models provides the backtracking feature through which we can come back between the software development and make some changes as per the requirement of the customer or as per the change done in the software project. So the phases that we have studied is analysis, requirement analysis, design, implementation, testing, documentation, evaluation, and maintenance. Here is a trick is given to remember this phases. Is A stand for dance, A analysis stands for A, design stands for dance, a dance in the dark every Monday. This way you can remember these phases very easily. In the analysis stage, what we do, deciding the what type of software you want to create. We analyze the requirement of the customer and we document and elicitate the as per the requirement provided by the customer sites, right? Or by the organization who is going to develop the software. And we create a blueprint in mind that what kind of software we are going to create and what features we will have. At the analysis stage, the customer, system analyst and the programmer agree on the software required and create a software specification. Right. Software specification क्या होता है? It's equal to a contract and a legally binding document that outlines what the developer is going to create. Is a type of the software specification document, means the SRS in which they will document the requirement. It's a binding documents between the customer and the client side that what is, which it gives the proper outline that what is going to be developed. In the design phase, what we do, the problem is broken down into several parts or a blueprint is created using some algorithm or the structure diagrams. When we will study the software engineering in detail, we will have the software models and software modeling techniques. We will learn the how software models and diagrams created using DFDs, class diagram, object diagram. We will also show some this in a practical approach using UML as well. But I have started the project management. Let me finish this. Then we will jump to the software engineering and object-oriented analysis. So. There are the flowcharts is created using the triangle boxes, shape boxes. It has some attributes as well, right? In implementation and testing stage, implementation means the program uses the design and starts coding using on the basis of the suitable programming languages, right? According to the need of the software, right? Testing may involve the independent group. ये एक अलग department होता है. As I have discussed in the team organization in the structure, there are different functional group in the organization. So it is the part of that solely, right? See, software engineering is nothing, or a project management, software project management is nothing, is a very tricky thing. The main idea behind it that you can analyze the concept or connect it between them or not, that you can analyze the connection or the link between one topic to the other. If you are able to analyze the link between the one topic and the another topic, then this paper will become very easy for you. Program should accept 1 to 10 the way various data is given or nothing else. Then the documentation stage comes. It provides a user guide, a set of instruction on how to install and use the software, may include the tutorial, the proper documentation. There are two types of documentation, which is the internal document and external documentations. External documentation, the user guide you get whenever you purchase any hardware things. Internal documentations consist of the that software. Suppose you are installing a new software, or you are working on some software which is new for you. So a help section, internal documentation is given to guide the user that how to install this software or how to run it on your desktop. So that is the part of the internal documentations. So what is the aim of this lesson? Evaluation stage. We'll discuss it in the basis in the few things as evaluation in the complete SDP past paper questions. The client will receive the evaluation report outlining. The software client receive all these things, right? And software is evaluated in the terms of there are the several matrices is given on the basis the client analyze or the evaluate the software is the robustness, when the ability of the software to cope up the input errors, what input we are feeding to the customer and what result it's showing, what is the relation between those things. It comes under the branch of the robustness, quality of a software, reliability, how the software is reliable, how much, at what extent it can be reliable, efficiency, how in a minimum amount of time the maximum output or productive it will be or the product we will get, and the portability of the software. And the last is the maintainability. This reflects how it easy to make the changes like readability and modularity. What is readability? It contains the common white space, meaningful variable, and unintended loops. At the maintenance stage, the several changes is done. What maintenance is done? The corrective maintenance, adaptive, and perfective maintenance. So we understand it one by one. It's very important. What is the corrective maintenance? Fixing errors in the program. Corrective maintenance is not paid by the customer, right? As per the software does not what is mean and does not by the software specification, which is the SRS document. Changing what is adapting? Changing the software to run on a different operating system. Means the software has a quality to adapt the platform on which we are running the software. And perfective. Adding new features or improving in the program, and the customer would pay as not in the software specification. Customer would not pay any extra money for all these things. This has to be done with the budget provided by the customer for the overall the software. And the SDP keywords that we have: the top-down approach, bottom-up design, acceptance testing, and exhaustive testing. When we will discuss the testing part in the software engineering, we will come to this is listen. You just listen. Listen to me very carefully. Software engineering or the software project management is not that easy. It's a sea. It's an ocean in itself. There are a number of things to learn. So, while studying this software engineering topic, you don't need to be in hurry. Gradually grasp things, so you will learn everything. People involved in software development procedure: system analyst, project manager, programmer, and the client. What is the role? The client commissions the software, describing the purpose of the software to the analyst. Right? What system analysis done? What is the role of the system analyst? System analyst evaluates the problem statement, consults with the clients, and the draft the software specification. Means SRS. System analysis has a task to prepare the SRS. बस इतना जान लो. Project manager, this person take the roles entire, as we have discussed, the roles and responsibility of software project management is so typical. जो handle करता है वही जानता है. Programmer. The programmer is responsible for converting the algorithm or the flowchart into the code. Documents creation, analysis, software specification. डिज़ाइन में हम लोग सॉफ्टवेयर डायग्राम ये सब क्रिएट करते हैं. टेस्टिंग में हम लोग टेस्ट रिपोर्ट जनरेट करते हैं. डॉक्यूमेंटेशन में यूज़र गाइड, एज आई हैव टोल्ड, यूज़र गाइड एंड टेक्निकल गाइड इज created, and maintenance report is prepared. Types of languages that is used in the software development procedure. One is I think who is studying the C and C++ must be able to differentiate between the structured programming language, the structural paradigm of the programming and the procedural paradigm of the programming languages and the object oriented. These are the two main branches. The subparts are the procedural and structural, and the other is the object oriented. So I don't think that I much need to discuss these things in software engineering, right? So the most common kind of programming language, the procedural, is considered as the most common, most preferable, not but most common. Sometimes referred to as imperative languages, use high level with the commands or give the instruction to the computer. The programming like C, Pascal come under the procedural programming languages. Declarative, what the shorts of declarative languages? In this type of language, the programmer writes the series of facts of the knowledge bases. The user would then type a query to search the knowledge base, right? It's something critical we don't need to focus on. What are the scripting language? This type of language is used to embed in an application, for example, writing a piece of scripting code for a macro. A macro stored a list of the actions that can be attached to a key press. Event driven language, right? These languages are similar to the procedural languages. However, the code is attached to the objects such as button, or the executed part is not executed in this type of language. What are translator, compilers, module libraries, testing? A lot of things is given. We do not need such things. So I just skip it for as of now, because in project management we do not need that. Will study software engineering in detail. We'll discuss these points. So that's all for today.